war. I was a soldier only 2 weeks ago. The morning firefly flew by my nose. It was only inches away and colored in green, red, and blue. So I was told. For that I can no longer see. Have you ever gazed beyond your window frame into the nature's shades of green? The greenest nature from trees, flowers, and grass. It was my favorite pastime, but I can no longer see. My eyes were burned and no charcoal black. I was a soldier only 2 weeks ago. I will not speak the horrors of the war. I was a child only 2 years ago. 12 years ago. I was there when the two planes crashed into the 2 towers above. There were gray steel birds that were lightning quick. They flew into towers, one by one. Boom, boom, boom. Shortly after, the towers crumbled like dusts. The sickening sound rained loud and true. The towers were no more, and the chaos reigned. The city was blanket. In the cloud of dusts, the debris rained, and I was trapped. I was trapped under debris that were heavy and dark. I feared for my very life. Then, a hand reached out and lifted me high. It was the hand of a savior. He was a firefighter man. He looked and smiled and sheltered from the dust. I grasped his hand as tight as I can. It was a hard hand, wrinkled with age, and warm to the touch. His face was forever carved into my memory forevermore. He was here, my one true hero. Then he turned and walked back into the field, from which he never returned. As I later learned, he was burned by fire as he tried to save more people who were just like me. The vicious fire claimed his life, but I swore I would continue his fight. I was a child only 12 years ago. It was then I decided I would become a soldier of war. I was a young man only 7 years ago. I enlisted as a soldier while wars raged abroad. I trained under the scorching sun. I marched in pain with swollen feet. I practiced marksmanship with feverish to become the very best. I was determined to avenge my one true hero. I was resolute to become the angel of death. Then the day of deployment came, and I was an excited man. I finally arrived in the land of East. I arrived in the country of Iraq. But where are the devils I was meant to kill? All I saw were people on the street, staring with me eyes of fear mixed with hatred. In their deep, dark eyes, they were the eyes of civilians we were meant to protect. Time seamlessly flowed like a river, like water. Time was not kind to me. Day by day, year by year, I fought with devils invisible to me. There were no armies to crush. There were no capitals to siege. My enemies were in the shadow, and I was in the light. naked and exposed. Then the day came when fate shattered me. The day was sizzling hot, and I was fatigued. A man walked toward my squad in the middle of Farmer's Trail. He approached smiling and asked for food. We ordered him to stand down, yet he was smiling and kept on walking. Bang, bang! 2 shots ran out, and man's chest burst in red. I screamed and ordered my comrades to stand down. I ran up to help the man. Boom! Fire rained. A great explosion rained across the land. Fire devoured my skin, and it devoured all. A devilish red appeared before my eyes, and that was the last thing I ever saw. I was a soldier only 2 weeks ago. I can no longer see, smell, hear, or feel. I became a prison inside my own skin. I can no longer feel the breeze brushing against my skin. World become colorless, lifeless, soundless, smellless. It was hell that I was trapped within. I cannot cry because I have no eyes. I cannot scream because I am mute. I do not know why I deserve this gloomy fate. I did nothing wrong to deserve this. I was a soldier but 2 weeks ago, and I have witnessed the tragedy of this war. Thank you.